I am not super satisfied, however, with the way that the sign in, sign out flow got goofed up by this. So now I can go to /sign in anytime. And it'll show me this. And if I sign out, now I'm signed out, but I'm still on this page. That's no good. So I don't get the sign-in page now just by being signed out. I have to actually go to a different URL. So let's work on this. Let's fix this. So in our app component, we have a switch between these two routes. Now we've learned we can say component equals such and such, or we can have a render function like this, right? So what if inside that render function, we just do what we did before? And we have that ternary statement, this.signed in. If we are signed in, we'll do exactly what we did before we even added the route. And if we're not, we'll do sign in. So this is basically the route we had before. But now, excuse me, it's the render function we had before. But now it's specific to this route. So, okay, now I'm signed out. Right? So if I try to go to rooms/something and I'm not signed in, it won't let me. Now if I sign in, it did work because I was on that page. But if I had actually signed out, updated my URL to sign in, and then I had signed in, I'm signed in, but my URL never changed, so I'm still on this page. So we could basically do the same thing here that we did here on our other route. And say when you visit the sign-in path, what it actually does depends on whether you're signed in or not. So we could use a render prop here too. So render gives us this arrow function which receives props. And then this.signed in. If we are signed in, what do we do? Well, same thing. Let's go to main. And if we're not, then show me sign in. This way, if I'm signed out and I'm on the sign in page, great. But if I sign in, I do see my chat room, but my URL is wrong. And now if I go to /rooms/general or something, and I sign out, it does take me back to the sign-in page, though the URL doesn't change. So now we've prevented you from ever really going to the chat room if you're not signed in, and we've prevented you from ever going to the sign-in page if you're already signed in. You need to sign out first. But the URL doesn't update. So we kind of need to redirect to the other URL. You know what I mean? If I go to sign in, but I'm already signed in, it should just redirect me to the chat room. If I'm signed in and I sign out, it should actually redirect me to the sign-in page. Not just render the sign-in component. It should actually change my URL to match. Does that make sense? Well, guess what? React Router DOM provides another nifty component called redirect. And it works just like link or nav link. So if I visit the sign-in page and I'm not signed in, I'll just redirect to and just give it a path. So if I'm on the sign-in page, but I'm signed in, I'll just go to /rooms/general. And if I visit rooms/room name and I'm not signed in, instead of just rendering the sign-in component, I'll redirect to /sign-in. Here I'm on the sign-in page and I'm not signed in. Let's sign in. Did I not do GitHub authentication in this class on Thursday? Okay. Oh, it was, okay. I did it at home, that's why I was thinking that. So I sign in, and now my URL actually changes, and I get the sign-in page. And I can, of course, switch to all the other rooms I want. Sign out. And not only do I sign out, my URL actually changes to match. This seems better to me. This all seems much more like a real app would behave. Do you agree? Are you glad we learned to do this? Is it life-changing? Okay, cool. Any other obvious routes we could have? We've already got our new room form, so that's pretty groovy. And what happens when we add a new room? I think we changed this, didn't we? Let's add a new room called, what are the kids into these days? Parkour. Free running, but French. Create a room. Oh, no, we didn't do that. Feels like it should take you to the new room, doesn't it? So let's see. This is room form. Handle submit, we just have it go back. Boring. How about we do a history.push and go to /rooms/ the name of my new room. This.state.room.name. Yeah. So let's add a new room. What are the kids into these days? Fortnite. Description. Battle Royale. Pew pew. Hey, and we go straight there. That's what should happen, right? You create a new chat room, you go straight to that room. Poning noobs like a boss. That feels pretty good. I like that. So yep, all that stuff was since my last commit. That one probably should have been a separate commit. All right. Update routes for sign in or for auth flow.